Alright, we're on. We'll see you guys in KL, I guess. Okay, let's do it. After having a fantastic flight with AirAsia, we landed and were taken to the Prince Hotel where we were going to do the promotion. We had a look around, what a beautiful hotel it was. Then we were taken up and introduced to some of the senior chefs that we were going to be working with mainly over the next period of 10 nights. They were going to be supporting us during the Greek promotion. This made us very enthusiastic. They were fantastic, so we really looked forward to showing them what we were going to do, and with their support we brought all this beautiful food to the people of the Prince Hotel. Now here we are walking into the Ekachina restaurant, being the opening night of the promotion, and as you can see we've decorated it with Greek flags. I mean, some of the desserts are out. This is the dessert section, so we've got some of the mini baklava rolls, the melo makarona. Then we have the kataifi packets as decoration, the olive oil tins. We've got lots of regional vegetables and stuff around the area as decoration. We've got the beautiful ice sculpture of the Greek flag there. Everything is coming along really, really well. We've got all the boys pitching in a hand to make it look really good, and we're ready to go. Today on the menu we've got things like prawn saganaki, we've got stickota. You see those, mate? Nice view. We've got yamista, stuffed tomatoes and peppers, traditional yamista. We've got fantastic souvlakia, ortikia. We've got revicchia do forno. We've got stifado. Of course, the magnificent moussaka, which isn't quite yet. Beautiful pan-fried sari. Over here, we've got, this is a fantastic mix of cultures, because what we're going to do here, we've made our own homemade pita bread, which I've just made upstairs. Come down, and they're going to be cooking it on the roti pan. So we've got a traditional pan, which is an Indian thing, and we're making traditional gyros on it. And to be quite honest, this is very, very, yeah, it's honest. It's a very proud moment. We've got the olive oil. We've got the gyros that's actually cooking. The chicken gyros, which is rotating. So saying that we're proud, I think, is an understatement. And everything's. What do you think, man? Yeah, good. So champion, big boy. Okay, here we are, opening night. I'm meeting and greeting some of the guests that have come in for the first night, and then here we have General Manager Tim Quorm giving us a very warm welcome and introducing me to the people that are there for the opening night. And here I am saying a few words. Yes, thank you very much. I would just like to thank the whole team here at Prince Hotel in giving us the opportunity to work together and bring something like this to the folk of Malaysia. It is a very proud moment for Kathy. You can come over here. For myself, being a fourth generation pastry chef, the blood is in my mum's family, so I've been brought up around that, and I've had a patisserie in Adelaide for 17 years myself. Without the support of my mum and the family, I wouldn't have been able to start that up at such a young age. And then Kathy here, being a very loyal worker, was the one that got the lucky straw that decided to come with us on this trip. We're very proud to be presenting this to you. We hope you all very much enjoy, and look forward to showing you guys how to do a traditional baklava later on, which is a traditional dessert. And then I look forward to meeting as many of you as possible tonight. So thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Fourth generation pastry chef, home cook, that's been brought up around fantastic food my whole life. I have a patisserie in Adelaide, and I currently also I have been for a few years. I was very fortunate to be interviewed by Monica Tyndall, one of Malaysia's leading food bloggers from the Yum List. Her, along with a lot of the other media, just showed a lot of interest. We also had a lot of reporters and photographers that gave us great coverage in the Malaysian papers. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I hope everybody enjoyed their lunch over there. Excellent. Oh, very good. Now, has anybody here ever attempted to make baklava before? No. No? Oh, this is good. So no matter what I do, you're going to think it's good, huh? Very good. Here I was actually doing a cooking class for a lovely bunch of ladies from the Pride group, which is a group raising awareness for breast cancer. Most of them are breast cancer survivors. We did moussaka, baklava and pita bread. 20 minutes, set your time for 25 minutes, half an hour. Rotate it. Give it a bit of so it balances out. Okay, that comes straight out of the oven, you glaze it and it looks like that. It's homemade. But I very much believe in what I do. And I love it. And to have people eat your food and enjoy it is the ultimate compliment. Yeah. Guys, it's Mother's Day dinner. And we've had a great day today, lunch. Everyone comes to the kitchen. And what we're doing is little mothers. They finished in there, so we quickly went upstairs and we whipped up a bit of a mix. And now we're setting them up so we can take them back fresh for the customers. Close up what I'm doing with my hand. Close up. I think there's going to be a few happy people out there tonight. It's been an absolute, it's been an unbelievable experience here doing what we're doing. The customers or the patrons of the Prince Hotel are taking to our food unbelievably well. And we're finished our shift, but what we're doing is, as we're doing the Diakomichalis on standby, they ran out, so we're bringing them on. They couldn't be happier with the result. These people are going to get the freshest possible Greek Diakomichalis in the middle of Malaysia. It's pretty good. Fresh Diakomichalis, let's see how the people react. I don't actually love it. Let's watch it. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, that was quick. That was a total of probably about 10 minutes. We went in, quickly made the mix, deep fried it, and got it out here, back out here to make people happy. It's awesome. Yeah, that's all right. I like good food. I don't care where. Here we were, Mother's Day brunch. As you can hear in the background, we're being entertained by the fantastic house band. I was gathering up all the kids in the area. I'd made up all these beautiful round biscuit bases and we made up some fresh coloured icing. We're dressing the kids up with their chef's hats and their aprons, and we let them loose with their imagination, and some of the stuff they did was just unbelievable. It was a fantastic period and it was a very, very enjoyable time. Pick it up, show your mum.
That's cute.
There you go. Happy face. Excellent. After having a very enjoyable time with all the kids up there at Mother's Day lunch, it was back in the kitchen where I did some last minute adjustments to the evening's menu. Here I am with Kathy just discussing a few of the things that we had to change around. We had a really big night coming up with a booked out night for the hotel, and we were really looking forward to it. Hi guys, as you know, we're here in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur in the Prince Hotel. This is actually the guts of it. This is the kitchen. I'm about to take you guys through the kitchen that we've been working in for the last 6 days. We're doing the Greek promotional buffet here for them for a period of 10 nights, and it's been absolutely fantastic. Now, if you follow me, we'll have a look at a bit of this. This is what a hotel kitchen looks like, and it's been yeah, an amazing experience. A great bunch of people in here. We've got our own personal butcher doing this guy here. He's actually doing some cutting for us. So anything that we need, whether we need our lamb or chicken to be cut up for the rotisserie, for the gyros that we're going to do, we just request the butcher to cut it for us a certain way. He goes and gets it for us. If we need fish to be brought up so we can prepare for a particular thing, he goes and cuts up the fish for us. Anything you want, this is what he is doing a very good job here. Now, if you come now if you come back this way, we're going to follow through. Come out here. Go through, now we're going to head off into the, now it's unbelievable. Today we've got a whole range of things as far as banquets go to supply for lunches, where they've got different function parts of the facility. So we've got, I think, a 200-person banquet for lunch, and then they've got dinners and stuff that we're preparing for, so it's all happening in here. Very, very hard workers here. Long hours, and they're unbelievably, they're fantastic. They bend over backwards to help us out, which has made life very, very easy for us. It gives us the opportunity to do things like this. So if you come down this way, we'll head through this section here. Now, being a traditional pastry chef, I'm used to having my whole kitchen be taken care of as far as pastries, so set up for pastries and cakes. We've got a little pastry kitchen here, and we work pretty hard in a little section, and it's amazing to see the amount of stuff that actually gets done over here. And then I'll take you out through the savoury part. So if you come through here, over here. We've got a little section over here in the kitchen where the boys are actually preparing. It's got a lot of paperwork. They're preparing a lot of stuff for the banquets and things. They're preparing salads and everything in this section here. Then over this side, we've got desserts that we've pre-prepared, and then we've cut them up into nice little slices. So we've got a whole range of different things that we've done, and it's been unbelievable because I've learned so much. These guys are unbelievable, and they're treating me like royalty. It's very overwhelming, and it's unbelievable because I'm learning probably more from them than what they're learning from me, but they don't see it that way. And these guys have shown me some new things that are just unbelievable. It's a credit to these people. They're very, very hard workers, and it's very, very good. Over here, we've got Kathy. Kathy over here. Hello. Preparing, she's actually preparing a mix for us, so we can actually, she's about to sift some flour. We're making, for the buffet, we're doing the savoury stuff as well. And we make our own pita bread for it. So we pre-prepare the mix now, and then we'll just add the eggs and water a little bit later on, so that we can actually prepare it. So if you come on through, we've got some of the fantastic team here. Jasmine here's in the pastry kitchen, so I don't know what you're doing out here, Jasmine. Yeah, so get back in there. You come down here. We're preparing. Here's my mum here. We're doing some preparing some zucchini little fritters that we're doing. Over here we're preparing some zucchini fritters. Okay. We've got, if you come over this way here, we're talking mass bowls. This is what we're preparing for the pastizzo and the moussaka. That's a laugh in the background there, but the pastizzo and the moussaka and the pakusaka. We are actually, if you have a look down here, we're actually preparing the bolognese sauce in a rather large pot. As you can imagine, there's a fair bit that actually goes through the kitchen here. We've got all sorts of things being boiled up around here. We've got chicken broth, we've got large pots. We keep going down this way. Kitchen. We've got over here a few other master chefs coming through. They're preparing salad, obviously. Now, this is actually the quietest time in the kitchen at the moment because it's the only opportunity we're going to have to actually do this over here. There's all sorts of, come over here, come over here, come over here. What are we preparing here? What is it? Chicken, what sort of chicken is that? Lemon chicken. There you go, we're preparing some lemon chicken. This is the traditional part. You're going to do some now? No, you're not going to? Okay, you're going to cut it up and we're going to prepare some lemon chicken. It's all about prep, you know, kitchen like this for it to work properly, it's all about preparation. And at home, we work in little pots like this. You know, these are the domestic sized pots over here. And then you come into a kitchen and you're doing everything on bulk, and you're working on pots this size, so on. We've got all the prep going here as far as preparing the chicken for them to be putting it into different sauces and stuff. It's been absolutely fantastic, a great experience, and I hope to be able to use some of this footage for everything that we're doing. This is cream kadafi. Come over here, show you. Shredded pastry, like shredded pastry with almond. Roasted, we have a syrup base, and we have a custard layer, a little bit of fresh cream layer. You see that? We're about to give a traditional Indian lady a taste of the cream kadafi. Small one for you. Try it. Hang on, come forward a bit. Come forward a bit. I want to see the reaction on your face in the street. Tell me what you think of a traditional Greek sweet. Very sweet. Very sweet.
Not really.
You like it?
Okay, that's good.
Nice? There's a pass? If you pass, do thumbs up.
Pass,
Wati here. Come over here, let me see you. This is the lady that I always hand in my dirty aprons and stuff, and she gives me that beautiful, crisp, clean ones. Look at this, beautiful and clean. Hi everyone, welcome to George's Greek Kitchen. It's funny, it's quite funny because we're actually doing George's Greek Kitchen today from the Prince Hotel's kitchen here in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur. I'm over here for a period of 10 nights doing a traditional Greek buffet for the hotel, and it's been an absolutely fantastic experience, and I'm learning so much from their amazing chefs on their traditional cuisines as well. But today what we're going to do is actually show you guys how to do a couple of savoury dishes, that being a prawn saganaki and a beef stifado. So it's quite funny actually. We're doing the traditional Greek dishes in a Malay kitchen. I hope you guys enjoy. Here we go. At the moment we're actually going to make a beef stifado. So let's do it. Okay, have a look down here. The ingredients that we're going to use. The ingredients are going to be over here. We've got some prime beef that we've just cubed up. Okay, so beef. We've got a few chopped onions, a bit of finely chopped garlic. We have some olive oil. We have some red wine vinegar, a bit of plain vinegar, a bit of ground cinnamon, some nutmeg, a few bay leaves, some tomato paste, and then some diced tomatoes, and then some shallots or pickling onions. Traditionally, the beef stifado or hair stifado, we actually make it with a red wine base and a little bit of vinegar. However, being here in Malaysia, what we're going to do is do it without any alcohol, because there's a lot of people for religious reasons that have the alcohol. So we're going to just replace that with vinegar. It is traditionally, you can always taste vinegar in a good stifado. So let's do it. Start the beef stifado. We get the heat going on that back pot. Now we grab the beef. Now this is a fair dose, so we grab, that's probably about 4 kilos of beef or so. We're going to put it in here. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to brown the beef. We'll put a little bit of oil in here. And what we're going to do, we're actually going to brown the beef to prevent that. We're going to sear it off pretty much. If you have a look down here, you can see how it's starting to brown. We just want to do that for another couple of minutes. So if you have a look at it, that's pretty much browned off. Now we can actually turn this off. So we've turned off the heat on that one there. Now in a separate pan, what we're going to do, we're going to put a little bit of olive oil in here. Chopped up some onions, just some normal white onions, and then we've got some chopped garlic as well, all in the pan over here. And then we stir it around so that we can brown the onions and the garlic. We actually want to caramelise it. And caramelising the onions is cooking them with a little bit of oil through to the point that they become like a translucent colour. What it does, it brings the sugars out in the onion and the garlic that we've got in here, and it brings out a sweetness. And what this will also do is give us a nice flavour. So have a look at this down here. And you have, these are going a translucent colour. Now that they're like this, what we can do is we can grab some vinegar. So what we're going to do now that they've gone to translucent, we've actually caramelised them lightly. We don't want to brown them off. We can actually get a bit of red wine vinegar, a flavour. I'm not going to use too much red wine vinegar, but a bit of that. And then just some normal vinegar as well. We actually put about a cup's worth of vinegar. And then we've done that, what we can do is actually add into this pot over here of the brown beef. You can actually add the vinegar and the onions and the garlic into the beef. And stir it around so that we get the flavour happening here. Now, we've added the garlic and the onion, the caramelised garlic and onion, to the beef. That was already, we browned that off. With the vinegar, we've put that all in this mixture here. We've stirred it together. The heat's coming up now, which is absolutely brilliant. And what the idea is now, we're going to actually grab a little bit of ground cinnamon. We put around a tablespoon worth or so, just for a bit of flavour. So put a bit of cinnamon. Then we also put a little bit of the nutmeg. A bit of the nutmeg in here. And we're also going to put some bay leaves. So what we want to do is put a bit of salt in, and then I also like to put a bit of freshly ground pepper as well. Now this mix here is coming along really nicely, simmering beautifully. What we're going to add to it now, we're going to get some tomato paste. Put say a couple of nice heaped tablespoons in this batch here. If you're doing a domestic batch at home, now this one here is to feed an army or my family. However, if you'd like to do a domestic one at home, you can always just do, it's probably half, so if you do 2 kilos of beef, you can do 2 kilos of the little onions, which I'm going to show you now, the other pickling onions or the shallots. And then you put around 1 tablespoon of tomato paste, 1 heaped tablespoon. In summary, what we've done, we've browned off the beef, then we caramelise the onions and the garlic, then we add a little bit of vinegar, so about a cup of vinegar to that. Then once that comes to a boil, we put it into the beef mixture, we stir it around, then we add our seasonings, cinnamon, our nutmeg, our salt, our pepper, our bay leaves, and then we stir it around, and then we add a little bit of tomato paste, and we add a bit of tomato puree. We give it a good stir, and then what we'll do is we're going to grab a bit of water, so we're going to, and instead of putting cold water from the tap, what a good idea is probably to put hot water from the tap. Not that it's going to make any difference, but what it'll do, it'll save you probably about 5 or 10 minutes in boiling time, rather than putting cold water and letting it come up to heat. If you put hot water, you've gained yourself 20 degrees. So do it that way. And we're going to add probably about a good litre. Now, as you can see, this is simmering beautifully. Have a look over here, mate. We're going to pour in the water. Okay, give it a stir. Let it come to a boil. All the mixes together. We give it a good stir. and we put it on a nice heat and we let it go for a little bit. Now what we're going to do now, while that's happening, we're going to put a little bit of oil in. We can use the same pan that you used before, that we caramelised the onions and the garlic. You can use the same pan. So put a little bit of olive oil once again, probably about, a third of a cup or so. You can use the same pan again. You probably use about a third of a cup of oil. You bring the oil up, and then what you can do, what you can do is you get your onions. So about, if you get 2 kilos of beef, you can have 2 kilos of onions. Now you can use little shallots, or you can use pearl onions, the pickling onions. What you do is you peel them, and then you put oil, the mix here. You put them all in there, all nice and filled. You've got them on a good heat. You've got the onions on in the pan, and you stir them around in that third of cup of oil for around 10 minutes, because what we want to do is actually brown them off a little bit, give them a little bit of flavour. We'll just brown them off lightly, then we can turn this heat off. Now what we've done, we've browned off these onions. Now that they're browned off, we have this mix over here of the previous mix that we prepared, the beef. We've got plenty of water in there, as you can see, but what we're going to do, the idea is we're going to put all these onions in here. We'll put the onions in there. Now we're going to give it a good stir. Now what we're going to do, we're actually going to give this a good stir, put the onions into that mix, give it one good stir. Being at home, what you'll do is you have a little bit smaller of a pot. What we're going to do, then you can actually cover it up so that you've just left a little bit of the pot uncovered. Let it cook for around an hour, like this. And then what we're doing, we're cooking the beef right through. And then what we can do is take off the lid and let it simmer for another 10 or 15 minutes. And uncover it so that it reduces a little bit, so that we thicken the sauce a bit, so it's a nice thick sauce. Having the tomato paste in there will help thicken it as well, which is absolutely fantastic. Or nothing like having a fresh loaf of bread and dipping into this with a nice fresh Greek salad. It's not too bad at all. So we're just going to let that go for a little bit now. So you cook it for about an hour. And then what you can actually do is taste, have a flavor, taste the flavour, and you can tell from the sauce whether you need a bit of extra seasoning or not. And taste the beef after about an hour, 15 minutes. Once you've uncovered it and cooked it for about another 10 or 15 minutes with the lid off, it reduces. Grab a piece of beef, taste it. If that's tender, then you're spot on. Then it's ready to be served. So you can let it sit for 20 minutes or so. Give it a good stir, serve it up as a fantastic traditional beef stipado. The beef stipado, we uncovered after an hour on the heat. You have a look down here. The onions are beautifully cooked. The beef is absolutely tender. Put a little bit of parsley onto it, just for decoration. Beef stipado to be served up with some beautiful fresh bread. To die for. Absolutely beautiful. Enjoy. We're about to do now a prawn saganaki. So prawn saganaki is a prawn-based dish, baked. We prepare it on the stove, which I'll show you now on the cooktop. However, then what we do is we actually put it in the oven to bake. And we'll run through the ingredients with that. So if you have a look down here, we've got some olive oil. We have some chopped up onion and garlic, some cherry tomatoes which we've cut in half. If you've got the real little cherry tomatoes, you can keep them whole, fantastic for presentation if you're having a special dinner party or anything. You don't even need to use cherry tomatoes, you can use normal tomatoes chopped up. Presentation wise, the cherry tomatoes just finish it off, that give it that extra kick, so we've got the cherry tomatoes down here. We have some ground pepper. We have some vegetable stock over here. We have some vegetable stock over here. We have some Hungarian paprika, some dried oregano, some chopped up parsley. We have some beautiful freshly cleaned prawns. Now, with the prawns, if you want to, you can actually use the without the tail, but for presentation with tail, it really looks very nice. Then we also have some feta cheese. I probably use about 300 grams of feta cheese crumbled, along with probably about 1.5 kilos of the prawns with the tails, a nice bunch of parsley for the nice flavour, and then we shall get into it now. Okay. What we do is we start off by having a pot on the heat. We put, have a look over here. We put a little bit of oil into the pot. Have a look down here. So you put around 2 to 3 tablespoons of oil in there, bring it to a heat, and then what we're going to do, that's in there so that we're going to actually caramelise the onions and the garlic. Now, we've chopped them up finely. With the caramelising of the onions and garlic, what we do is actually put them on the heat, and we keep stirring them so that we don't get any hot spots and burn them. And they will eventually go like a translucent colour, like a clearish colour. And you start to smell that beautiful sweetness. What happens is when the garlic and onions are on the heat, caramelising brings out the sugar in them, so it gives them that sweet taste. So we want to do that. So if you have a look at that, now that we've caramelised our onions and garlic, we've got the flavour, we've got the aromas are unbelievable. This kitchen here in KL in the Prince Hotel has got a bit of a Greek flavour to it this particular period, and it's amazing the combination of traditional aromas and the traditional Greek stuff and the traditional Indian, Thai, Chinese, Malay cuisine is unbelievable. Let's just say we haven't got a shortage of good food to be eating over here at the moment. But back to the prawn saganaki, what we do now, we actually add the tomatoes that we actually put them in there. We give them a good stir. Now that we've mixed the tomatoes in with the garlic and onions so that the flavour's in it, we have a bit of cracked pepper. A little bit of cracked pepper. Some of the vegetable stock. Grab a bit of the vegetable stock. So around, say, a tablespoon of vegetable stock. A little bit of the Hungarian paprika, so about a teaspoon worth of that. And then some dried oregano. The idea of that is now the flavours are all in over here. That aroma is unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's a real Mediterranean Greek pot. Now that that's actually stirred in, I'm going to grab a whole bunch of parsley. Okay, we've put the chopped parsley in. We give that a good stir. So if you look at the beautiful colours in here, now we grab the prawns. We've got about 1.5 kilos to 2 kilos of prawns. You put them in here. Put the prawns in. We're struggling here with the size of the pot. It's so busy here at the moment. We're working with whatever it is that we've got. But you've got a pot now of prawns, and we're going to stir them around. Stirring the prawns around in with that beautiful mix of all the flavours, and then we've got about 300 to 350 grams of the crumbled feta, which we've just crumbled with our hand. We add that in there. We add that in, and we'll stir that whole mix together. Now, stirring this together basically gets all the flavours infused, and
and it's, the smell is truly unbelievable. And what we're going to do now is you stir this for about 3 or 4 minutes so that the prawns start to go that light tinge of red or orange colour, and that gives it enough time for the flavours to start going in. And then what we're going to do is actually place this all in a baking dish, put it in the oven. We're going to put a little bit of, you'll have a look how I'm setting it up now. We're going to put it all in a baking dish. What we're doing here, we're actually now, we've stirred all of it, we're taking it off the heat, stirred that mixture of prawns in the dish, and have a look at it. It's absolutely beautiful. You can see that. It's a pity you can't smell through the screen. We're going to actually put all this mix now into this baking dish. We're going to put it all into this baking dish. Yeah, pour that. And now, the idea, if you have a look at here, spread it through the whole dish evenly. What we do now is just sprinkle a bit of dry oregano over the top. And I also like to put a touch of the Hungarian paprika. And now this dish here, you put in the oven, uncovered, for about 30 minutes at 175 degrees. And then you take it out, and you've got prawn diakomichalis, ready to be eaten with beautiful fresh bread or anything that you like. Prawn diakomichalis we're just about to take out of the oven after half an hour of cooking. And if you have a look at that, absolutely beautiful. Hi guys, here we are in the Prince Hotel. Today we've been treated in the dim sum kitchen, and we've got, I've been fortunate enough to come back here with Chef Chong, who is the head of the dim sum kitchen, and what he's going to do is give us a little bit of a tour on a few things on what they do. So if you come along, we'll have a look. And over here I have Chef Chong showing me how to pan fry a traditional prawn and chive pancake. What sort of oil do you use, Chef? This palm oil. They use palm oil? Palm oil is more lasting. So they use palm oil? Palm oil is the best oil for frying. Yeah. And more safe also. And it's safe, is that? Safe and lasts long. You can deep fry a few times. So first he pan fried it, and once it's just about done, then what they do is they add a little bit of extra palm oil and they deep fry it to finish it off. I'm somebody that actually loves all sorts of traditional cooking, and I obviously specialise in doing the traditional Greek. However, seeing traditional Chinese dishes and stuff like this is unbelievable and very, very inspirational as well. We've all learned so much off of each other over this particular trip. It's been very, very rewarding and very educational for me. So I've had a fantastic time, and we're just that's just about done now. So if you have a look at that, this one we have to display very slowly. Yeah, we cannot put in very hot oil. Yeah, if it's really hot, it cooks on the outside and it's raw on the inside. Yeah. So what he's saying is the principle of cooking. Yeah, we don't put the temperature too high on the oil, because that way what will happen is obviously the outside of the particular item that you're cooking will cook too quickly, and then the inside will be raw. So you've got to put it on a low temperature so that it cooks nice and evenly through the whole thing. How many years experience have you been doing this for, Chef? Around 23 years. So Chef chef here has been doing this for 23 years, so it's a fair bit of experience in this sort of kitchen, so it's absolutely beautiful. Now we're actually going to try the prawn and chive pancake that's been traditionally done in this kitchen here. So chef, if you don't mind cutting it, let's have a look at it being cut.
You can hear the crispiness of the pancake.
You can hear the crunch. That's been cooked absolutely to perfection. Beautiful. There guys, we have a prawn and chive pancake done fresh from the chef here in the Prince Hotel kitchen. I'm going to go and enjoy it.